Hey, how are you guys doing today? So, today we're going to be turning in our 80,000 sweat for the Zyn Psyche Master. So, I'm going to go over this. I actually have been trying to research into this and figure out how we summon the Zyn Summoner Heathen Sky Wraith. I have not been able to figure that out. No idea. I don't even know where this Zyn Summoner Worm Roulette Wheel is. I'm going to put in a request thing. I actually have watched other people's videos. They also didn't know. And I attempted to look it up kind of on the forums. So far, I'm at a loss on how this side of the thing works. Over here, I can explain how this works. Each level of this you turn in for a series of skills and stuff. Um, they're easy to make. They're components that more or less take sweat and basic things like muscle oil and stuff. So honestly, those A's and stuff like that are the easy way to get through the sweat mission. If you're trying to just get through it and you have extra sweat because like you have a bunch of sweat, each time you receive sweat from crafting it also as a kickback, it also counts it as if you had earned the sweat. And so I actually crafted through some of this, sweat through a bunch of it, had other people help me through a bunch of it also. And so this literally does represent the combined efforts of more than just myself, in all honesty. Burger Baby, um, I must say it right, wrong if I say it. Let's see if he's on right now. Zio is how I think you say it. Wow, there's not many people like that that. Yeah, right here. Z, or I mean XOAN. Zone? Oh, Zone to No Shadow. That's how you would say it, guys. Sorry. He helped me out a bunch too. So between Burger Baby, me, and Z No Shadow, or I don't know, Zone No Shadow, we all got this took care of. Now we've got 80,000 sweat. And we're going to come in and we're going to turn it into this guy. This will have completed off our master attainment. So we had to sweat 10,000, turn in 20,000, then sweat 20,000, turn in 40,000, sweat 40,000, and then turn in. So there might have been a stage right before that 5,000, 10,000. But basically, you get up to where you're turning in 80,000 within 4 stages. And just like that, we got a ARC voucher chip for 9.5 ped. Honestly, I'm not really sure. I think we just take this back over to him. Yep, we have an ARC voucher chip. There's 20 of these remaining. Let's look at what we do get. I want to make sure I'm understanding this right. Yeah, we get a synchronization chip. I'm going to take the synchronization chip. Did we get it? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to have to check on this because. Oh, we did. We have our 9.5 ped synchronization chip. I'm going to check. Did we get any skill? No. So we have finally completed out the Psyche Master. So the roulette wheel, I'm honestly not sure where it is. The dude I think we would summon from. I'm going to show you where this is real quick. Hey, how are you doing, Firebug? Thank you very much for lurking, by the way. Kicking butt today. I think we'd summon from up here, though, you guys, just to be honest. Does this guy not look like this prophet blah 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 would be the guy? I hope I do. Okay. Okay, so it looks like I don't know if they have the rest of this finished out. Well, we've talked to him. He says nice stuff about the work we've done, right? We got some kind of domesticated 17th level Panellia there. I don't know what's up with that. Guys, I'm going to tell you. We're going to bust this out so we can get around this village faster. Check this out real quick. I don't know about this no poaching mission, so we're not messing with it. We're looking for the Zyn whatever wheel. That's a good mission. That's that woodcutter mission. Well, guys, I'm gonna put in an info request. We'll hope to crap somebody will tell us what the heck with that, right? I'm gonna zap us over to a place real quick. We're gonna be training pyrokinetics and dodge, of course. I didn't put the dodge. I'm gonna train it in two different ways today. One, we're gonna train. I'm gonna show you how to collect up some dodge and some pyrokinetics or whatever you're doing using the dire weeds. And two, we're going to then train on the Arrets. The Arrets are going to give us the highest skill conversion. The dire weeds are going to give us a whole bunch of dodge and stuff. And so that's literally the only difference between the two. And so I don't know if you guys know that, but some mobs appear to give better. Oh yeah, I'm going to knock out some dire weeds, but I will be soaking them differently than. Oh, I get you, to be honest. On that especially. Okay, so I'm going to show you why. Oh, thank you very much. So I'm going to show you why. The combustive chip is a repairable chip. It's not a problem to like get back. It's only going to do 20 damage. Dire weeds, I believe, have either 50 or 80 life. They're one of the things I sweat commonly because they give you dodge. Arrets have the highest skill kickback. So because we already have dodge, right? And that's the, I mean, worked up, not just we have dodge, everybody has dodge. The other skill that we have worked up starting is going to be avoidance right here, which I know sounds like a weird thing. So once you get to, I think, 25th level in any defensive skill, you end up getting avoidance. Avoidance is a huge skill. It actually allows an extra layer of, hey, I didn't get hit today. And so I'm going to show you how easy this is. And granted, the amount you grab at first is less, unless you're higher defense than me. And then you grab what you grab. I'm trying not to drop into the water, because if we drop too hard, we'll splash through and end up down in there. It's just a glitch thing that happens. By the way, thank you very much, Batch File. That's very nice. Um, there are glitches in this game still. I'm going to tell you. I wish there wasn't. I can also tell you there's not a single game I play that I don't find glitches in on a consistent basis. And some of them are much more profound. So the level of the glitchiness I'm ish okay with. My biggest thing right now is I would love it if somebody would get their stuff together and manage Rocktopia and fix. I mean, they have a manager, so I'm not trying to get him in trouble. I think he does a good job with his ability to do what he does. But I don't believe that they have the level of staff they should have for Rocktopia. For fixing all the missions. They've got some missions that need fixed and stuff. And some other stuff. Basically, I want Rocktopia developed heavily. But I want the whole universe developed heavily, so here's how this is going to work. Now, one, we want our looter skills to go up. For two, I'm going to piss off a bunch of these guys because we want them to shoot at us. The healing device I'm going to be using. So we're pure psychic today, right? I'll show you what we're going to use. These guys are going to be wanting to kill me. Really thought I pinned that last thing. So let's pin that, and I'll show you this. So we're going to be using a nano combustive chip 1 that's repairable, and a regen chip 1 that is repairable. So we'll get a repair bill at the end of this. I mean, it won't even be a shock. I'll be doing Arrets too. I'm not going to use this sync chip we just got for that mission, because I kind of think using sync chips is wasteful sometimes. We're also going to eat this into us. Okay, I'm going to consume this loot pill even though we're not going to be killing at a massively high speed. Normally, legit, I would be using a skill pill. I've burned up all my skill pills lately skilling, which is a super big shame, but you know, it happens. So this pisses them off. We're going to go, boom, scan him. I'm going to kick this up like that. We're going to scan him because we also want xenobiology. Scan him. Now at first, I would keep this probably to 3, maybe 4 of these guys because they do actually add up. I'm going to probably get about this many. This is probably pushing it. This is like 7 or 8. Yeah, that's probably the edge of what we should grab. And knowing how many to grab takes a second. I mean, like, just to be honest, I have dropped dead because I didn't know how many to grab a lot of times. Now this is what kicks butt. We come over here. We get these guys lined up because we don't want people confused and thinking that we're in trouble. Obviously, that was a few more than I should have grabbed, but we're going to kick that on immediately. Pop our serendipity in. So basically, we're kind of like a mothership right now, soaking damage. I don't know if you guys have skilled on a mothership, but it's basically the same principle. Sorry, fixing my mustache so it would quit tickling my nose. Hi, how you doing, ma'am? Hope you're kicking butt too today. Okay, so as soon as we see that we're not getting any skills at all defense-wise, by the way, we're going to wipe this whole group. And I believe we're already not getting any defense skills. So I'm going to stop that real quick. I could use the level 3, but I'm going to just use the level 1 so we can get as many hits off as possible. The level 3 is kind of... it's an easy way to skill. We're going to soak all of the damage and everything and then pull it out of these guys anyway. And so, it's not going to take much. And we're going to get some defensive skills. We're going to soak this other stuff. We're killing everybody, so we're, in theory, getting most of it back as healing goes into the loot pool, right? And so, but we want our biotropics up eventually. Well, we want all our psychic powers up eventually, right? Like, the goal is that eventually we would throw maybe a tier 12 pyrokinetic chip. Is what I think would be a big amount of boost. And then if I had like a tier 12 Neosci adjuster on there, we'd be probably doing some kind of ridiculous damage. Now, I would only use that for special events, you guys. And so, like, legitimately 99.9% of what I'm going to ever hunt is going to probably be in this if we're just codexing on planets and stuff like that and doing casual play. A huge amount of what we can hunt is within that number 3 Pyro chip. The number 3 Pyro chip, I hunt all kinds of crap with that. And then, like, even a level 7 combustion chip, right? It allows us to hunt way up into, like, 23rd level creatures and stuff like that. I wouldn't try to hunt in way, like, I don't know. There's a limit, but I mean, all items have a limit. And so we're gonna zap these guys again. We don't want any armor on though, by the way, for this. We're just legit wanting to soak their hits. And so we want as many scans as we can. See, we got some xenobiology, looting skill, some more scan animal skill. These guys get really mad. And we're gonna get a bunch of dodge. Now, the reason this helps out is because almost 99% of the time you're gonna be hunting things. They're not going to be shooting at you. People shoot at you. A couple mobs shoot at you. And there's mobs on other planets that do shoot at you too. This is dodge. Yeah. I'm dodge training right now. While we're pyrokinetic training. Whole percent. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh, you should stop over here. This is why I soak this. Then we come right back in. And we just soak the dodge. That's why I come to Cyrene. Cyrene allows me to train skills. Like, the weapon manufacturing skill is one. And then the fact that I can aggressively train dodge skill here and stuff, I consider a serious thing. Um, when I eventually figure out that something Sky Wraith, we're going to summon that too, by the way. I'm not going to summon it alone. It'll kill me, I'm sure. It sounds impressive. But we want to watch. Eventually, we won't get any skill out of this. And that's when you know you want to kill them. It's the same as if you're mothershipping. See, we have some avoidance right there. That took a long time to unlock, by the way. Like, ridiculously hard to unlock avoidance. 25th level in any defensive skill as a dodger or evader, and I think you get it, though. And they take a second to get through their, you know, points that they're going to give you. I don't remember, one time I kind of tried to time it out on when I thought the last point I got was. Um, it was definitely before the 2-minute range and before probably even a minute. So we're probably good on killing them already. But they run out of skill points that they're going to give you defensively really quick. It's kind of sad. And then from there, we just... boom. It's a really simple system, though. So, just doing this once in a while can make it where, like, if a noob just tries to take a shot at you, you're defensively not like, hey, I don't have any points in dodging, that kind of crap. And that's kind of nice. But besides that, I legit want to be a better robot hunter. And I'm not talking like low-level robots. I like the low-level robots. I'm not even going to pretend. Some of them have good loot. Overall, they're fun to hunt. Most people don't hunt them aggressively. And so... and robots consistently keep being that robot, well, which of course would make sense, right? But the robot invasion, sorry. I kind of want to do that, but I want to do well at it. And so that means that we have to do some Rocky 4, Rocky something, I don't remember, whichever one he had to train to fight the big guy. They were all big guys, actually. But the one where he fought the big Russian dude, we got to train as hard as he did that season for this robot hunting. Which, by the way, I'm going to be doing some scans also before I leave the planet on TX tax robots, because that's where we get our robotology. And robotology also important, you know what I'm saying, because it makes up some percent of that whole robot looter stuff. It's the same as this xenobiology, to be honest. Hard to get. Probably does something good. I think that's probably at least 6 of them, right? I try to keep it in the 6-7 zone. Sometimes I find myself getting greedy, making bad choices. I don't know, that happens. And so, But I think you guys see how we're getting the dodge skill and stuff like that. I'm going to pull one more little stand here and show you that. Then we're going to shoot right over, and I'm going to show it you where we rack up the hardcore xenobiology on the Arrets and stuff. These guys, though, if you notice, we're not having a giant struggle to keep ourselves alive. Now, granted, I'm going to tell you the first few times I did this, we weren't at the let's just stand here with an army of weeds spitting green pollen at us or something, you know what I'm saying? This would be bad. And by the way, you know what? I'm going to do this one and kill them. And I'm going to pull one more group and I'm going to show you something else you can do if you don't want to be shooting them with stuff, but you just want to be soaking the training, right? By the way, I have safety glasses on if you guys noticed. Racquetball glasses or whatever. They're pilot glasses, but so we don't have to worry about things. Safety first. I'm just joking on that, but I'm sure that we've got almost all. There's some dodge in there, not very much. You get a smattering of really good skills from doing this, though. Okay, let's zap these guys down. And we'll always heal ourselves before killing off the last one. Because I want to do most of my healing under a mob, you know what I mean? Like, I don't perfect on that for sure, but you don't get, well, your healing that's not under a mob, I don't believe is calculated in any loot kickback. And so, I always think it's best if you're going to heal yourself to get down to where you're at the last mob or two, then heal yourself so that you know for sure the stuff is actually covered under, hey, I'm fighting a mob. I don't for sure know that, you know, the algorithm takes it into account in that manner. I just feel that if you're not fighting a mob, how is it going to attribute it to a mob? You know what I'm saying? And so, for the interest of making sure it's actually attributed to a mob, I like to be engaged with a mob. We'll get ourselves all the way up before we dispatch this last guy. And then I'm going to show you why. If you're just wanting to come here and train, by the way, these guys sweat awesome. I pull them all the time back to that tree behind us, and I'll show you that. That tree right there, I stand there sweating these dudes all the time. Other dudes are probably sitting over here sweating these things too. So I'm going to grab one more batch and I'm going to show you a different option that you have. Because they've not put anything vicious over here, which is kind of shocking to me. I keep expecting them to put something mean in the water off the coast just because of this stuff. But say we wanted to grab up some of these guys, make them mad, get our scans off of them and stuff like that, right? We'll get this many. These, you know how rice farming works, where like they flood the fields because the rice can survive so much in water, but the weeds will die? Well, basically, same thing. There's water right over here and on the other side, because this is some kind of weird peninsula thing, land bridge maybe. It's a land bridge technically. Okay, so I'm going to grab same dudes. And this is not going to be under healing, obviously. They're all mad. I could soak what I wanted to soak. And because we do have some regeneration, if I wanted to, I could come out here like this. Watch. After we get the skill, of course. And by the way, I've done this. I consider this no different than turreting a mob. I've sweated these guys before and just drowned them like this. Watch. They're all right, pop right there. Yep, they're done. And so, literally, you can sit there if you're gonna sweat, pull 1. Don't be pulling 8 to sweat. That's a bad choice. They'll hit you too much, and the distraction on it will be too high. You'll do horrible. So that's the dodge part. Real quick, I'm going to show you a different part. We're going to get much faster amounts of skill over here at the Arrets. Um, that is the easy way to rack up a bunch of dodge and defensive skills. And honestly, the easiest, cheapest way to sweat those guys. This little island right here is where I'm heading right now. Oh, okay. So yeah, I would rather. So good to know. So I didn't know if they had said or not. I just know I'm nervous about trying to pretend it's going to count if I'm not engaged with a mob. I don't think that would be as easy. But thank you for letting me know. I didn't know for sure. So they claim it does count it outside of combat. Oh, okay. So yeah. So sometimes I guess you would get your decay back. That's good to know because honestly, I try to just cover myself by being under a dude because I've always got it back when I'm under a dude in theory, right? I mean like that's but that is weird. Mechanism wise, I don't see how that would be as easy to do though. You know what I mean? See, sometimes I think games have mechanical things going on them that just turn into ridiculously complicated for no reason. That would almost make me think that your heal is almost like a carryable thing then, and not necessarily attributed directly to what you're fighting at the time. But I don't know. That's interesting. That's true. These guys are so epic for skill, by the way. Even though I'm at 5,000 some points, we're still going to get points today. And I mean multiple points. Which if you think about that, that almost doesn't make sense. But here's the deal. This is a 5th level mob that we're one-shotting. Or two-shotting in most cases, probably. Because it has exactly 20 points of life. And so it's a super easy mob to skill off of. Including, honestly, a lot of the looting skills, because you're looting one of these every other second, pretty much. But this repairable little chip. By the way, another reason why this is a social game. I was loaned this combustive attack chip 1, in which my buddy is back on the planet that loaned me it. I've been using it to train. Freaking awesome weapon. Legit was just epic to use for a training thing. I even tiered it up for him while I was using it. Because I was like, hey, somebody let me use their chip for like, what, 2 months? 2 months at least, let's just say that. They're currently not training the crap out of their Pyro stuff. But these unlimited chips, they're handy as crap. Long term, I'm probably going to get an unlimited bigger chip. And we'll probably focus more on mobs that are within that 3 through like 11 pyrokinetic chip zone, which is a lot of mobs. But the 3 is ample for, you know, killing a lot of things like, I don't know, Carbivos and stuff. All your basic normal on the planet mobs. Arrets are excellent for scale conversion though. And in all honesty, at one point they used to have a really good loot pool. So they just recently changed the loot pool on these. And this is the first time hunting them post the new change. So I don't actually know what they, you know, I actually am not going to be able to tell you that it's a great loot pool right now. Because this is my first hunt since they just changed things. So we'll look. I hope it's still a good loot pool. What we'd want to be seeing is some of those jagged teeth, but I'm not really sure they're still dropping jagged teeth. Let's hope. Now the jagged teeth have a massive markup, but we use them in that daily for the manufactured weapons, which I consider more important as a skill than the markup we get for the teeth, to be honest. Excellent skill if you're a craft weapon dude. That's actually one of the best missions they have on this planet is that manufacture weapon skill for me. I hate to say that. I love the other missions, so I'm not dissing the other missions, by the way. But I craft stuff, and for a long time I was missing manufacture weapon skill. And I don't know, I mean, I know what mathematically they say it affects it by percentage-wise, but I'm telling you, not having it definitely seemed to be a significant disadvantage. The other thing that I had to work up is that machinery skill that you get on planet Toland. I worked the crap out of that. In fact, at the end of this month, I might even head to the more diminished. They shouldn't be diminished as we were moving. Sometimes this game gets confused on stuff. The good thing about psychic stuff, if you're going to be a crafter, is it goes into your intelligence. Okay, well, good to know. So, second confirmation. So you do get something back, even if. That's insane. I don't know how they would keep track of that. Good to know, good to know. Well, that makes me a little bit less worried about it. Why would that, like, how do you think they do that? It has to be carryable or something, right? I'm trying to think of how it would be written. I don't do code, guys. And so honestly, I have a lay perspective of programming, like a very lay perspective. I did when I was a kid take a class where they taught us how to do, I think, Cobalt or Seabolt, or I don't know, something. They taught us something. Oh, good to know. Well, I'm in a predominantly hill under a mob anyway, but yeah. It's good to know that they attempted to account for that, though. Because I just assumed that that was all down the drain type stuff. It's cool. I'd prefer them to attempt to account for stuff. But it's so far in their advantage to not, you know. And often people don't put efforts into what's not in their advantage. You know, like extra little bit of programming to fix that small thing, in which now they don't just keep that money or somewhere else, you know. But good. So I think you guys can see. And by the way, there's other weapons. I'm going to show you guys just because I don't want you guys to think that this is a cap 107. I'm going to show you what it does. It's used for training too. Boom. It's going to fire real fast. That's basically it. And then we'll switch back to Pyro. Just so you guys see, these guys are also easy to do the same way and get you just as many skill points if you're not doing Pyro. Like if I was doing handguns, you see how we're flying up because my handguns isn't in 5,000 something. It's actually easier to skill up some other things. Um, I just am skilling up the Pyro because we're trying to get our Pyro high. Um, which is a weird thing to say, that you're trying to get your Pyro high, but that is what we're trying to do. That's right. That was legitimately a double thing. I'm gonna guess that we don't have our Arret thing kicked up or something either. We should be pretty high in this Arret hunting crap. These things are awesome. I've hunted them with all kinds of things. I usually hunt them with my Osprey. Or this chip. Yeah, people always forget. These mobs are easy as crap to hunt, though. Yeah, I've never seen somebody global off of a turret. I mean, it might happen. But I assume, well, I don't assume anything on that. I don't know how that works. Could you have one of your globals go to a turret? Like, could you turret a global? Is that a thing? Has somebody pulled a mob to a global? I'd be kind of mad if that was where my global was, though. Because then wouldn't it be a shared global with the mob, with the turret? Or can you just get a part of your DK back? I would think that you would just get a part of your DK as a set. You know what I mean? Well, I would hope so. I don't know why I don't want somebody to get a global turreting things, but I don't kind of want them to get a global turret and things. That's probably just me being horribly prejudiced to people wanting to kill things to get globals. Oh, good. Good. I'm okay with that not being possible. Like, if it's not possible, that's fine with me. I'm totally good with that. I don't like the idea of non-real hunting leading or active something, you know, like crafting, hunting, doing a mining run. I like that leading to globals. If you could just grab a bunch of mobs and turret them and record some globals once in a while, I would be annoyed at that a little bit. Oh, you know that could, I could picture that. That would be ridiculous. That would be good to know. Thank you. These guys are just excellent. I need to get my concentration up. I just noticed we're not. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a hidden compensation cap either, to be honest. I get you. There should be. That would be a smart way to make it where you didn't have somebody figuring out an exploit. That's the thing in all these games. If they make things too like complicated in some capacity, somebody always makes an exploit involving it anyway. But yeah, if there's a compensation camp, that would totally deal with that. These guys are so awesome. I can't think of an item I've ever got off of one of these though. Like, I'm trying to think of any actual items. Not like components or crafting materials, but like actual, like a knife or a piece of gear. Oh, I can picture that. I think that it was pretty bold to attempt to deal with more of the DKs. Because compensating people for DK, honestly, is probably at one point was a really annoying thing to try to work out. Although, if it would have been planned from the start, oh, hold on 1 second, guys. We're gonna just do this real quick. We're not even burning a lot of ammo at all on these guys, and so it's not like we have to have a bunch. And I have a portable trade terminal if we really were like, hey, we're desperate for this killing moment. Our power catalyst is building up though. See, that was a good hit right there. The other thing is these guys are not very aggressive. Hey, by the way, how many of you guys are going to that, what is that thing that they do soon? LAN party? I'm not honestly going because I don't have money to just fly over to Europe for a LAN party yet. I do aspire to having money to just do that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. But I was all curious who all was going, and I do hope you guys have a freaking blast, to be honest. I'm pseudo jealous. I mean, I barely leave my house too, but I aspire in my mind to one day go to LAN party and stuff like that. One year though, I did go to a convention on streaming and stuff like that, in which it was really useful actually. And it was pseudo overwhelming a little bit for me. Because I know there's a lot of people used to that stuff. But weirdly enough, like, I'm not used to that kind of stuff. And it was good. It was a great experience. You know what I'm saying? But whoa. There was so many people. And it was just, yeah. It was interesting. But that's honestly what helped me fix some of my stuff and get actually streaming. And so, it's kind of extreme though. I was like, holy crap, these people are all like very, very friendly. They were very friendly, let's just say that. Very nice people though. I met a whole bunch of like random streamers who I actually didn't know, to be honest, because I done set online a lot, watching people at the time. I actually knew almost nobody online. And so then like I was going to start streaming and I needed to do stuff for a company. So I went to this VidCon convention, which is like a giant convention where they teach you about streaming, and it's a bunch of streamers and YouTube people and such. And that's when I found out about TikTok. Even though TikTok was already like actually technically famous and stuff, right? I met some kid there, and he's like, "Yeah, no, I'm on TikTok," and I'm like, "Oh, blah blah, like, how's that?" And I had no context at all to how many people the people had taught, but most of the people there had like profoundly higher numbers of individuals following them. It was fascinating. I would go back to that again, just not this year. I didn't go this summer. And I might go this next summer, but I have no idea. But that's like down in like Los Angeles area, in which I'm gonna let you know that was super freaking overwhelming, right? So let me let you know about this. I don't know how accurately everything was portrayed to me because I'm not from there. So to save money, when I went to the VidCon convention to learn how to do YouTube and stuff like that, right? I decided to book myself a cheap hotel in the LA area, which I'm from Colorado, so we don't have a lot of stuff. We're not complicated here in Colorado, so we don't have like high crime areas in the same capacity. I mean, we have some, but not like LA type style, I guess. So I booked a hotel and I didn't know where it was. It wasn't like in Compton or anything, and I don't know if that would have really honestly mattered. But it was in this place called Little Korea, okay? And it was very Korean. Like the signs were in Korean in a lot of cases, and it was very, very ethnically Korean. It was actually kind of neat. And they had restaurants that were Korean restaurants, and I actually got some amazing food that I had no idea what it was at all. Still have no idea what it was, but it was really good. But the thing is, on the way back from the convention the first night, when I told the Uber driver where to take me, the look on his face was like sheer horror. And he was like, hey, you know that you need to not be going out at night, right? And stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I didn't know that. I mean, I wasn't planning on going out at night anyway. Um, and for the record, I had no problems the entire time I was there. But I'm going to let you know, every time I got a ride back from the convention center to my hotel that was in Little Korea, my Uber driver would tell me that I was in a bad part of town. Which, by the way, I was only there for like the weekend, and it was totally chill the whole time. And I ate a bunch of really good food. But my Uber drivers let me know not to book a hotel in Little Korea. Which, by the way, it seemed fine to me, but legit, I'm not from there. The food was super good though. So like, minus the fact that I was, you know, told about the, hey, that's not the safest place to choose to be. The food was really excellent food. Like, holy crap. I got some kind of soup thing, had a whole bunch of meat and sprouts and stuff in it. Some kind of sauce that was pretty spicy. It was actually really spicy, to be honest. Kind of ripped my stomach up. But yeah, it was a good experience. Based on the sheer distress of my drivers, though, every time I went back, I probably wouldn't book there necessarily again. Just they seemed very concerned every time, so which is interesting. But the food, off the chain, like really good flavors. I know you guys would think I would have some kind of more exciting story from VidCon than I stayed in the wrong part of town and the food was excellently, but some random girl that was a big time streamer placated my ego by lying to me about how many fans she had. That happened too. Like no crap. This girl, I was visiting with her and we were kind of talking numbers and I thought I was doing pretty well at the time, which I wasn't, but not like as well as that person for sure. And she's a very nice young lady. And she legitimately lied to me and told me like blah blah blah, and I could see kind of a weird look on her face when when I told her how many people I had. But then she like lowered her number to 42,000 people, and I thought, oh whoa, that's a freaking lot of people, right? And then when I got home, I looked her up. It was not 42,000 people. It was an insane amount of people. It was like, I don't even know. But straight up, she was lying to like shield my ego, I think, at the time. It was a very nice girl. In which, by the way, I would have felt like I like was stacked at like maybe 1,000 people and thought, oh, I'm doing pretty good. I mean, I didn't think I was doing like Pudak Pie good, so like that. But I didn't think I was like sitting there visiting at the visiting table with some girl that was like dominating the crap out of it. She had an excellent channel, by the way. Just a different kind of channel. And I would have never put together the... Oh yeah, dude. She totally played it off and like was nice to me the whole thing. It was excellent, fun. She was a very nice girl. Like, flat out. But she had like insane amount of followers. Like 10 times the 42,000 follower thing. Like, where I'm like, what the F? But it's cool. It kept it normal. It would have got awkward if I would have thought she had a 500,000 followers. I would have maybe like had my confidence go. I don't know why that would have intimidated me a little bit. I probably would have asked way more questions though. Honestly, I was blown away that I thought she had 42,000 people. I was like, oh, that's a lot of YouTube people. Man, that's freaking awesome. I wish I had 42,000 YouTube people. And then tons of other people had just ridiculous amounts of people. That's when I found out about Jacksepticeye. I didn't actually know who he was until I went to VidCon. I mean, I'm not being mean about that. I just, not the same genre and I didn't know him. And I still don't know him by any chance, by the way. But that's a very interesting convention. And I didn't know what I was doing, so I only booked VidCon because I didn't know a lot of the people that are content people that go to VidCon. They stay because the very next weekend after VidCon normally is the San Diego Comic-Con convention, in which they just all stay an extra week and then immediately go to the Comic-Con convention because you can get a bunch of videos and content for that too, which I know sounds weird. But I didn't know about any of that stuff, so I had just like booked my weekend in Little Korea. Which, by the way, overall, excellent trip. The whole thing, from the convention, like, to the people I met there, to like, just the food and stuff, was good. Even my Uber drivers were like super cool as crap. Like, I don't know. And I was definitely intimidated of that. I did not want to drive around Los Angeles for sure. Like, that's so a lot of stuff going on there, guys. Plus, you can't really park just anywhere. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use this little. Let me find it. Right here. Because I hate it when we're having to stop all the time. There. Now we're restocked. Those are really handy when you're too lazy to actually travel back to the the sales box thing. The trade terminal. Yeah, I met people that did all kinds of channels I didn't know about there, though. And a bunch of platforms I didn't know about. Like, there's people on all kinds of different platforms that I was like, what in the heck is that? I know, sometimes I'm spacey, I'm gonna be honest. I once, in middle school, really did win, like, a Airhead award. I've won all kinds of academic awards too before in my life. But legitimately, I've won an Airhead award before, which was not my proudest moment. I was having a pretty freaking airheaded year though, and so. So did they take jagged teeth off of these guys? I know they took the hides off of them, but it's starting to look like they've took jagged teeth off. And jagged teeth are one of the higher markup items these guys have on them. They might have just gimped these guys on markup for hunt. I'm trying to figure that out. We haven't got a single jagged teeth. Or two. Or cracked, whatever it is, the cracked shells. So my belief is maybe that they might have gimped these guys. We're gonna keep killing for a while. And we'll figure out if they've just gimped these guys, because I kind of think that they might have. They should drop robot loot. Have we even got robot loot though? They're a freaking robot in my opinion. They've got robot filters on them. I'm gonna tell you guys, that's a serious thing if they've took... Are these guys counting as a robot? No, we're getting skinning. They have officially for sure gimped the loot on these guys then. Robot filters have horrible markup comparably. Like that's not even the same thing markup wise. Yeah, that's not even a comparable exchange. I don't know what I think about that. So here's what I think about that. That's not a comparable exchange. It's not even anywhere close. If they're going to do that, then they should put basic targeting chips on them very rare. We're going to like say that it's a robot and switch it over to being a robot. I don't know. Outrage. So, one of those teeth has a 500, well 300 to 600% markup. That filter that we just got has a, what, 2% markup, maybe? What is it? Let's look at this crap. 1% markup. So we've lost something with a 3 to 500%, 600% markup to getting some crap that has no markup at all. So literally they just gimped this mob loot-wise. Just for the record. That is, I will say that. If you no longer can get the higher markup items off of these, and they've switched it out to where... Now the skill conversion on these is still epic. I'm not talking crap there. But one of the reasons I like to hunt these is we got a overall high arrangement of valuable actual stuff, right? While at the same time being able to get a whole lot of skills. And so for them to switch that out is a bad choice. This mob is a... You know, I hate to say it, but it's gimped. It's gimped. That's what happened. They gimped a mob, guys. I hate it when they mess with the loot on a mob. You know, like, at least keep it in a balance of some kind of comparative markup on the back end. Like, if you're gonna take something off of a mob, take something off and then put something in that is somewhere in the same overall markup zone. But to add robot filters and then take away the jagged teeth, that doesn't make any sense. Literally, you lose a 300 to 600% markup item for a 1% markup item. Nobody should think that's a good deal. That's a bad deal, guys. That's what I'm going to say about that. Still, probably the best animal. You know, the thing is, those exosauruses that are high level, but like, sorry, my mustache is driving me crazy today. So those exosauruses, they're high level. They're on Calypso and maybe some other planet. I don't know. Those things, if you pick the right ones, there's a category that has low overall HP, but a high level, and it actually will drop XP really disproportionately too. Oh, I should, because I have to actually ask about how the heck we summoned one Sky Wraith. And honestly, we need to find out if we should summon that or if we should wait till we get a bunch of people together. Because I feel that that Sky Wraith is going to be like serious. I am going to message her. It's okay. Not every mob can be high profit mob, you know what I mean? But some guy that probably hunted the crap out of these, which is a lot of people, is going to be like, WTF, where's my basic stuff? So I'm pretty sure here's how it works with my mustache itching my nose. You guys probably don't want to know this, but I'm pretty sure my mustache is actually tickling nose hairs and tickling my upper inside my nose. That's what I think's happening. It's my theory on it. Just a theory. Probably too far to share. Too much. One day I'm going to have a sensor. Or something. A filter. And a sensor, probably. That way I can sense when I'm saying something. And then filter it. Man, I hope you guys are kicking some butt today. Freaking pretty coffeeed up and having a good day myself. You see this though? We've already gained like 4 point something points. Almost 5 points. I'm about to have a trim. I was literally waiting for the no shave, no November thing to be over. And because a company sent me some stuff too that I was going to get some videos on for them before I cut my back a little bit. I actually think my beard looked better at a different length, to be honest. But I literally had planned on growing it up to a certain amount for a company that I do affiliate stuff for. And legitimately, we've got to where they wanted me to grow it to. I think this is... Oh, I'm not shaving my beard. I am literally just trimming it down a little bit and restarting so I can basically... So they sent me a fancy kit and they sent me some other stuff. I'm going to use some of their other products besides just the stuff to get my beard to be a massive. And that was basically the reason why. I like my beard for sure. I know that I thought it looked really good at certain lengths though. And since I'm on social media all the time, I literally looked back through the pictures and I'm like, oh, well, I think it looked best here. And so, I kind of know where I want it. And so, but definitely for sure, mustaches will tickle the crap out of your nose hairs. And I didn't even realize that was a real issue, but man, on a constant basis, I'm just like WTF. And I don't know how to use mustache wax to not look like I mean, like, I've never used that stuff. I don't know how to do that, so. Just gonna be honest. I have some. Somebody sent me some. I thought about using it, but I just don't actually know what I would be doing. So maybe one day I'll use it. And you guys can let me know that I used it wrong. Probably. I'm just saying. Sometimes. When you do something new, you do it wrong. And then if you do something new and it's on the internet, you do it wrong. And a lot of people do help you out. Like straight up. One of the nicest things about things is the level of feedback you get. I mean, that can be good and bad, so I'm not trying to say it's pure good. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get a level of feedback and I'm like butthurt about it, and I'm like, hey, holy crap, can you guys just be nice? And then sometimes, you know, I realize it's super constructive criticism. And it really helps me out. Okay, so I'm gonna eat another pill. Mixed bag on everything, right? What are we getting skill bonus here? 137 frickin' percent. That's insane, guys. That's always nice. These guys are such good skill givers. I don't know why I stopped throwing on him. I liked it better when they dropped me the jagged teeth, though. We'll hope that's just an accident. It's okay if they don't drop jagged teeth, but they should put something back that's equivalent on them so that there's some kind of balance restored to things. Oh, look at that. We've gained a crap load of concentration. Kind of like to keep track of what we're getting skill-wise. This bravado is falling way behind on us, though, honestly. I gotta figure out if there's something we can do to actually get that kicked back up. That's lagging way behind. 2,000 points. Almost all our other skills that go into that are in the 3,000 to 5,000 range. And so, I don't know why bravado's so far behind. I'll have to figure that out. Probably be a good idea to get that caught up, though. I hardly ever get a plus 100% skill bonus. That's freaking epic. See, we're barely burnt anything off of that. Our repair bill is going to be so light when we go to repair. It's actually kind of funny. That's lagging behind too. So what do we have? We have inflict range and bravado that are behind. I really don't know what I can do about inflict range. I can't think of an inflict range mission. I just found out about a courage mission the other day on this planet I gotta look into still. But I'm hoping it's a daily that's not that horrible to do, to be honest. Okay. So, beard oil legitimately helps with the itchy part on the face. So when I actually use the beard oil that I get sent, I don't have an itchy face. If I forget to use it at all, during the winter especially, oh effing god. And so, the thing is, it ends up being that you end up having to really take care of beards on a different level than I would have thought when I first started growing it. And that there's, oh, it doesn't? So you have good skin moisture then. So beard oil really, in all honesty, isn't even for your beard. You put it on the skin under your beard because a lot of people's faces don't produce the right amount of oil to support the beard and their face. And your beard will soak up face oil off your face and dry out your face in patches for some people. And so that's why beard oil, when it's applied like below your face and stuff like that, besides the fact it smells good, it actually cuts down on the itch stuff. Some people really legit don't ever have itchy face. I, at this point, will get an itchy face during the winter if I don't use beard oil. Or once in a great while when I was like doing something where I was around a lot of dust and my face would get like dry because I was sandblasting headstones or something like that. Um, that would also make it where I'd have to put on beard oil to basically get it to quit itching. But I do get you. It's definitely your face itches more than if you don't. Or you know the other thing, the beard brushes, right? If I haven't actually brushed my beard for like a couple days and it's itching sometimes, if I brush through it, and I know that sounds weird that sometimes I don't brush my beard, um, the amount of like weird loose hairs that are in your beard that then touch your face and stuff like that and tickle you, you wouldn't think you would be able to feel a hair within your hair. But somehow, once in a great while, just a hair will be within my beard, tickling my face randomly. And, no crap, a beard brush won't run through it one time and fix that. Most of the time. I know, fascinating, right? But I do get you. I wish my face never itched, man. That'd be awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get myself healed on this guy. That's the other thing. I didn't realize that there was so much, so many products oriented around, like, on the cosmetic level for beards. You know what I'm saying? Like, the beard stuff, that's just a huge consumer market product at this point. It's pretty big, actually. It's a giant industry, and I would never have guessed that. Because there's tons of money in it. That's usually what makes something a giant industry, you know what I'm saying? But the beard stuff has become male consumer cosmetics, to be honest. It's the same as hair dyes and stuff like that. There's male hair dyes and stuff. In fact, I have videos showing how to use those, and many of them. But that stuff is a huge, huge, huge consumer thing at this point. Man, as shocking as this is. So on my YouTube channel, per hair dye video, the return is actually pretty high. Like, much higher than video gaming. I just like video games much more, and so but I'm gonna dye my beard again this week, to be honest. And there will be another random hair dye video on YouTube. But that's also when sometimes my beard itches. So hair dye, man, that stuff, that dries out your beard. Holy crap. Or at least I feel it dries out mine. That stuff. Oh, we're kicking it. I kind of like to keep track of all our skills, but we never go up fast on evade during this because we're killing the guys too fast. I'm pretty sure though they've took the jagged teeth off these guys. Like beyond just a little sure at this point. We definitely would have got a jagged teeth by now. And so what I would say is they've switched them off. Wait a week to make sure that they actually stay off. And that nothing else comes on to these guys. But comparatively, the loot breakdown on these guys has totally changed. I don't like that. It's okay, they still seem excellent for skill. But we're not getting plus 300, 600% loot, you know. That's okay. Uh-oh, we have this guy. A really good mob, though. If I were an animal trainer, dude, I think I would probably work on these guys. They look probably good for that, too. 5th level, they probably give out some good, you know, XP. I should probably get an animal trainer kit one day. I mean, I'm not really up on animal training. I've done it a couple times. I probably would be able to do it, but I don't have it down as a skill for sure. he jammed me. Man, we are just slaughtering these guys, though. Look at that. That must have been freaking... I did. So, after you turn in the 80,000 sweat, you go up and talk to the dude at the top. That he lets you know that they're going to have more work for you. I'm honestly confused, and I don't think that the Sky Wraith thing is ready yet. I can't find either the will or where you would summon the Sky Wraith. The one main dude, when we talk to him, makes it sound like the other stuff is not there yet, kind of. And so he says he'll have more work for you or something like that. I really want to know what the crap happens exactly, but I'm not sure how to summon the Sky Wraith. So honestly, I'm gonna have to message Shauna anyway. I will message Shauna. We're gonna message her and tell her that we hope she's kicking butt, and that we would like to know more about what's up with the Sky Wraith thing. The one will, you know, I don't know what that is at all. And really, in all honesty, I'd like them to throw something of value onto these guys now that they pulled something of value off of them. That's our messages. Is Shauna just straight up in the thing, though? Is it just Cyrene Shauna? Oh, hold on, I'm sorry. We need to use the user's registry, not our friend list. Yeah, Cyrene official Shauna. Okay. Awesome. Wait, can we double click on her and just talk to her? Like, or do we have to have her on? Sorry guys, I thought we could just double click her like that. Okay. Okay, well we'll catch her when she's on. So Cyrene official Shauna. Yeah, I've saw her little podcast before. And so I, like, because Bonnie, I think, is the one that shared it. Either that or Bella. Probably Bella. And so the goal is we're going to message Shauna a bunch of stuff and ask her questions. She'll get back to us. She's consistent. She seems like she's got her stuff together. She seems professional, so. I like some of these people that help do the Entropia stuff a lot. I think they're awesome, actually. Like some of the development people and their staff members put a lot of their emotional energy into this game, and in all honesty, probably get a lot more crap than they should. And I'm not trying to say the game's perfect by far, but let's just be honest. Well, for me, I'll be honest, I'm not perfect by far, so I'd probably match this game a little bit on that. But overall, this game dominates the heck out of things. And in all honesty, some of the planetary ownership partner staff people, I think they put considerable efforts into this game. Like, just straight up good people. And I don't know them on a, hey, I know them personally level, so I can't vouch for them for like a line of credit or if they were going to marry your sister, but short of that, I think we're good. do have to catch people that aren't your friends online to message them. You can't just message them. I'll look into that when we're done. I feel I should have just been able to double click her name and we should have sent her a message, right? I do feel that. That's okay. By the way, that heal chip 1 right there, epic decision. This repairable, see look, we barely burned up 1 pad on it. Absolutely ridiculously a good item. I probably spent a ridiculous amount in markup. No. No, look at that crap. Oh, okay. I'll grab her avatar link and I'll compose a message to her. So I paid jack crap on this. Look at that. I mean, I don't know. I paid that actually, guys. I probably bought it way back here when it was 12 ped plus. But all in all, let's just be honest. I have got use out of it like tons. This is deep waters. See how it's 2.9 now? Yeah. I'm going to give it back to him. I'm going to just keep using it this week, and then I'll probably message him and let him know, hey, you need to pick up your Pyro chip. And if he doesn't need to pick it up, I'll keep using it for him if he wants. But I mean, eventually I probably should buy it off him to be honest. But I think he trains this, well, he does train the same way I'm training right now. Like when he's doing his Pyro stuff, he'll come here too. And on some of the other weapons, because I've caught him here. I mean, not like he's trying to sneaky do it, but you know. But mob level. Oh, I believe that. It is a really loud weapon, isn't it? Here, let me click that down. I worry when I make any sound adjustments because sometimes it messes with it too much for some reason. The Pyro chip does make a lot of sound, doesn't it? Compared to a lot of the other things. I turned it down a little bit. We'll hope that affects it. So we've gained 12 points so far at least. A little over 12 points. That's a lot of points if you think about it for a 5,000 plus score. Right, that's what people don't realize, I think sometimes, is that each point actually gets harder to get and harder until you're like sitting there being like, let me spend a week on Tolan to get a few points of machinery, and let me spend a week on Monria to get a few points of engineering. Mostly in the engineering place right now. Which, by the way, I will hit Monria again this year, so that we can make dang sure that we finish out this, what was the goal? I think 6K or something like that. 6K. So I'm going to have to go back to Monria to be able to get that last little bit of stuff to hit the 6K this year, which was a absolute huge goal. And so we're for sure going to go to Monria. I want to probably get it done early enough that we're vastly before the end of the year, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to be sitting there the last few days just running crazy runs just to try to do it. That's going to be exciting though. Finally being at 6K engineering. Because that'll literally put it to where all the rest of our skills, like that's one skill we're done with to the industrialist level. In which that's been, ooh. If we can get industrialist, guys, you guys, we'll dominate from then on as a crafter. Such a ridiculously hard skill to unlock. But that makes up a good percent of a lot of our crafting. A really good percent of a lot of crafting. And so, with that in hand, we'll actually be fully qualified on first level first, and then, you know, as it moves up. It'll take us a second to get like 1,000 to 2,000 points of industrialist, which is what it'll be for like, you know, a level 4 blueprint would be about 2,000, 2,500. And so, if we can get up to 2,500 in industrials, that absolutely covers us for making a crap load of stuff. Like that'll be insane, actually. We're burning through this though. Yeah, it is. I know, that's the one thing I like about pyrokinetics. There's so many double entendres for it. And you get to mention burning a lot. It, not even against the rules. Because it's pyrokinetics, of course. You know. Of course, that's what I'm meaning, you know. But pyrokinetics and all the little psychic stuff, it just seems to push forward so fast. And it's because such a high percentage of it is just like a few scores. Like most of the mind power stuff is much more narrow than people realize. Like I can't remember how much comes out of actually just your pyrokinetics on pyrokineticist, but it's a huge amount comparably. And like if you look at all the gun classes, the majority of the points are broken up a little more. I think that they are, at least. I'm thinking mathematically, factually they are too, but I got jammed me twice. I also wish they would put in like a psychic mob that would blast us, that we could start working up our own jammer technology on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just a couple mobs that like release some kind of blast at everybody and stuff like that. Because it would be nice to be able to psychic defensive train. I would like to be able to. Just in case I ever want to throw down in that PvP world of player on player killers. Which I would get wiped at this point for sure. Those dudes are throwing serious damage, you guys. If you guys ever want to feel like you're in checked, and I mean, not all of you guys, some of you guys are probably beast, not the same thing. But you go to one of those serious player on player tournaments on one of the planets, and you'll you'll definitely feel the holy crap. I'm not that serious about killing my fellow player. Some of those guys play hard, man. They definitely put some money and effort into being able to kill their fellow player. Which is cool, because they've actually done a bunch of stuff in the game too, probably not just... But it did put things in perspective on how far. And the fact that a lot of times it came down to like if the guys had the right armor, right? Because if you don't have the right armor, you're just dead on some of that stuff. Man, I love coffee. I really do wish we knew who invented coffee as like a historic figure. So we could make him a saint of some kind. Thank you, by the way, very much. But there should be some kind of historic... Let's find out who created coffee so we can make him a hero. Like a global hero. I don't even know what nation it was invented in. I don't even care. Well, I do care. I think it would be neat to know. But, I mean, like, can you imagine being the guy that was like, hey, here's some coffee? I mean, I know he probably didn't say it like that, but... Some guy one day woke up and there was coffee in the world. That had to be historical. It's pretty historical to me. I guess we're going this way then anyway. So eventually we're going to get a really big chip too for healing. I just literally, you know, I'll bet that he did because the coffee beans, they ate coffee beans for a long time. And so, I'll bet that they did know that it would, I don't know if he knew when he made the coffee the drink it would though. Or she. I don't know, you know what I mean? I'm not going to guess the sex of the person that created coffee. I just am going to guess that they're a great person and most of our universe accomplishments in the modern time probably owed to them, including like most scientific and advanced mathematics. Coffee, man, it's probably changes societies. You would think that it probably contributes to a ridiculously high amount of contributed work hours. Just if you think about it, I mean, I know I've been totally dead tired before multiple times. Got myself a cup of coffee to finish a paper or like actual like normal real work where you're just like, I'm done, I'm freaking fried for the day. And then you drink a cup of coffee and you finish the afternoon off strong. That sounds almost like a Folgers commercial, to be honest. But that's straight up a big deal to me. I love coffee though. Especially around Christmas time, man. And winter. or on campouts, or just in the morning. Man, coffee is even a good social thing. Like if you have a boss or somebody, or just a cool coworker, but you're like, hey, I'm gonna stop out and grab a cup of coffee on the way to work. That's not the same as bringing somebody a cup of water or a soda. Cup of coffee on the way to work. That's a good friend or coworker. You know, not trying to disrespect sodas comparably, but like you can take a chick out for a cup of coffee and sit there and visit. Very rarely you take a chick out for a cup of soda. That's substantial. So I watched them making this, like, I've never had it, but on the internet, by the way. I didn't watch it in personal, in real life. But I watched some dude, make coffee where they, like, had some little cup, and it had a long handle, and they had, like, sand that was super hot, and the dude kept on, like, dipping the coffee cup down into the hot sand, and it would bubble like crazy. And I don't know about that kind of coffee, but it looked super rich. Like it was thick coffee. Like the kind that would make you have a coffee buzz where you're just like that jittery feeling. I want a cup of that. I don't even know where to get that because I live in Colorado, so we don't have Turkish dudes just sitting there doing that, honestly. And I don't feel I know how to do that, really. Like, I feel that there's probably some art to Turkish coffee making that I don't understand yet. Besides just having really hot sand. Which, by the way, that's freaking cool as heck. But now I want Turkish coffee. And I'm not really in the ability to just be like, I want Turkish coffee. I'm going to go to Turkey. Like, I wish I was. That'd be really neat to wake up and be like, I want a cup of Turkish coffee. I'm heading to Turkey, right? Be insane. I'm wishing that lifestyle on all you guys right now. Everybody, I'm hoping y'all get that. That'd be pimp. It looks, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It does look like hot cocoa. It looks super thick. And it looks like it would legit, like, I'm not sure. It might be too much for me. I like coffee. But that looks like the Olympics of coffee. That looks like seriously next level, like, maybe I'm at, yeah. And then it fizzes up, and then they keep filling that cup, and you're like, WTF. Yeah. That's the coffee I'm talking about. Did you ever want to try that? I mean, honestly, I've never... My coffee's not that thick, and I put milk in my coffee and cream and sugar. So, honestly, I'd probably sin in some coffee drinkers' eyes. But that dude's coffee, I think I need to find his street stand and have that coffee. Just because. And then, honestly, I feel that the people in those videos don't do justice because they're not even like showing us them drinking it. Oh, I feel it would give you the jitters for sure too. That it looks delicious, and it straight seems like you would straight like feel it waking you up. Like you'd just be like, I honestly, I'm gonna get me a cup of that someday. I'm gonna figure this out. I know a coffee roaster. I would be able to talk him into buying a Turkish raw. We won't go that far. I don't know if I can talk him into it, but I know a dude that owns a coffee roasting company. It's a pretty good company. And they would have some ability to find out some. I want a cup of that Turkish coffee though. So we'll figure out how that works. I feel that there's probably technique to it though. Because that guy like seemed to know the perfect little swish it around in the hot sand. Yeah, I definitely need a cup of that. That's what the internet does to me. It makes me where I think I need to go all over the world to try random foods. I know that that sounds probably weird, but legitimately, the internet probably is responsible for a lot of food vacations. I actually like a lot of the places I see too. Like Iceland, holy crap, they have such pretty locations. I've never been to Iceland, but I would frickin' go to Iceland. And then, on top of that, there's some waterfall village in like Switzerland or something like that, right? And I'd have to look at what it's called, but it has like ridiculous amount of waterfalls in this like small little Swiss type valley type area. I think I need to go there. I don't even know why I think I need to go there. Legit though, I want to go there. And then um, over in Japan, there's this place called Issei Island, right? And it's like a shrine temple island, and for like Shintos. And I'm not Shinto, right? Um, I do know what Shintoism is and stuff, but I'm not a Shinto person. But the thing is, though, the Shinto little shrine temple that they have on that island, it's like literally just a temple island. I would like to go check that out. Just because, for one, it's historical, it's awesome. But for two, literally every picture I've ever seen of like the Issei Islands and stuff is epic. Just absolutely epic. Oh, thank you very much, by the way. And so, yeah, the internet. If I ever do have a bunch of money, it will eat it all immediately. There's some really cool places I think I would like to go though. Most of them related to food or some building. Or like a random mountain I think I need to go climb. Not like Mount Kilimanjaro, okay? Legit, I'm not trying to climb Mount Everest or Kilimanjaro. I respect the people that do that. We have a whole bunch of 14ers in Colorado. I'm gonna tell you, 14ers are enough for me, and I don't even have to get myself killed. Um, and I'm literally just being honest. Like, some of those big mountains that people hit, those things really actually are a potential of getting yourself not coming back. And I totally get that and stuff. That's very inspirational to the people that decide to go and hit those up. Um, I really, yeah, I'm good. At one point when I was younger, I thought maybe I one day wanted to go hike Mount Everest. And then I thought, no, not really. Last real big, like, actual hike I did, holy crap, it was a lot of work. And it was not a Mount Everest. It was Mount Garfield, okay? Mount Garfield is not Mount Everest. And I think like the highest mountain I would climb at this point is probably like Mount Snaggletooth in Colorado or something like that. Like some smaller 14K type zone mountain. Oh wait, no, I would go check out the Alps too, I think. I don't know what the elevation in the Alps is, but man, that looks really freaking pretty. But I'm not trying to go hike on icebergs for a half a week. Or critically deadly stuff. We just got jammed 3 freaking times, guys. I hate it when we get jammed. I'm just burning out this loot pill at this point. We'll check our stuff when we're done. We've got 40 in, sorry. We have 40 in, just, ammo anyway at this point. And about 15 minutes or so. Yeah, 15 minutes. That's not bad. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of that coffee, that Turkish coffee. I'm probably not going to Turkey right now. I would like to though, but that looks like a really long, expensive trip, and I want to be there for more than one day. You know the other place I'm trying to get to too, weirdly enough, and I know this is gonna sound crazy. So there's this region of Nepal, like, well, no, not Nepal, Tibet or something. I don't know. I'll have to check where it is. It's probably up in the Punjabi type region of India, maybe even. But basically, it's up in that mountainy region. So do you guys know that there really is a guru village up in the mountains, up in there? Like where gurus actually come from, the actual gurus. And so it's a weird up in the middle of nowhere village where people sit around and be like meditating and stuff all the time. But I don't want to go live there or anything. But I think it would be neat to go stay in a guru village for like maybe a month and like hike around, soak in like the philosophical discussions and stuff like that. See if there's anything actually to be gleaned from like the wisdom of people that live up in the mountains doing nothing but meditating on crap all day. You know, that type of stuff. I feel that that's an expensive vacation though. And I don't know how you tell your employer, hey, I'd like to take a month off to go over to some mountain to go kick it with the gurus of some village. But that's a later on. That's like a, you know, when you actually are financially unable to be daunted by decisions, which is not my situation yet. I do aspire to that though. Let's aspire to that. I wish you guys are all one day undaunted by any of your decisions because you're so financially kicked butt that it doesn't matter. I could hit Turkey on the way there though. So for some reason though, I feel if you go to Turkey, you gotta go to Morocco. Because Morocco has that giant open air bazaar market. You know what I'm talking about? It's also something I feel I need to go to one day. I'm not even a shopaholic dude like that. But that Moroccan market looks insane. Like, I would obviously have to know a local that was like not gonna let me get messed with in some capacity. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I don't like mean to be, but I'm a little intimidated and scared of some countries. Like, and I know that a lot of that is likely just like the perception that other countries are much more dangerous than your own, which is just common. But legit, there's a bunch of places I would like to go. Like I saw some video of some like port resort town in Yemen. Okay. And Yemen, I know, I've heard is a very dangerous place, and I've heard it's probably not a good place for me to go. I don't know if it's true or not, so I'm not trying to be mean. I just have heard that Yemen's not safe for Westerners. Um, if it was safe for Westerners, I would go there. I would go check it out. Literally, some of the weird little port cities that they have there looked frickin' epic. Like, there's some really pretty places there, which I would have never guessed because in my mind, Yemen would be just a giant desert place. But they have like coastal beaches, which aren't going to be the same as ours, obviously, but it looked pretty as heck. In a perfect world, we'd just all safely be able to go over and visit each other and not have to worry about crap, right? Be Super nice. Go try each other's food. Yeah. I'm betting Moroccan food's super good. And for some reason, I've never actually had Egyptian food. But because they're right there between Europe and the Middle East, my mind thinks that they're going to have good food. You know what I'm saying? Like, that might not be true, by the way. Like, I've never ate at an Egyptian restaurant. Or even actually seen an Egyptian restaurant. But, you know, don't you guys think that Egyptian... Is anybody from Egypt that's watching? If you are on Twitch or YouTube and you are from Egypt and you watch this, would you please let me know something about your food? I need feedback on this. What is the best dish that you could get in Turkey? Or is it spicy? I really need to get out of this country and go visit everybody's country real quick so I can eat all their food. I ate before the stream, just for the record, you guys, so it's not that I'm just hungry. Really did sound like I'm way hungry right there. But for some reason my mind has been on like spicy, exotic food and coffee all day. And that Turkish coffee video. I didn't even know about that stuff, so I didn't know I needed it in my life. But once you know about something, you know about it. And then you're trying to figure out, well, where's the dude that sits there doing that thing with the Turkish coffee thing in our area? Which I'm betting that there's nobody in Colorado making that stuff for us. Which is a shame. I wonder if you could actually have a good business model doing that. Man, I hope I have somebody that watches this channel that's from freaking Turkey that can let us know stuff, and Egypt, and then will let us know stuff. I like feedback on stuff. I need to get to France too to go to that Lyon place so I can eat at all those restaurants. But I have to wait till I'm actually rich in some capacity for that. Because they're all like 5-star, 5 chevron restaurants. And I'm pretty sure that those are really expensive. And I don't know because I don't commonly eat at 5 chevron restaurants, but one day. And honestly, do you guys ever think, because I've never ate at a 5 chevron restaurant. I don't want to be disappointed though when I do. Like, I need it to live up to the hype that I have gave it in my brain. See who that is, I just wanted to know. But I've gave it a considerable amount of hype in my brain. So, basically I need it to be an emotionally life-changing experience at this point. And that's probably unfair, but it is where we're at. Hope that chef is ready for that day. Because that's what I'm expecting. I've ate some really good hole-in-the-wall food from places though. And I've known some pretty good home cooks. And I've had some okay normal food. So somehow I needed to trump that by a long ways. A full crap load of hunting for such a little bit of pad. then we'll go put this stuff in the trade terminal and find out what we have. Although I didn't take an inventory of our ammo in the beginning, so we're not going to have an accurate hay, but we definitely have a survey of what's going on. I'm going to page. I was going to page Shauna. I don't know how that's going to work, guys. But, I'm going to message Shauna, and we're going to find out more about the summoning of the Sky Wraith thing, the roulette wheel, and stuff like that. And honestly, I'm going to inquire about the taking off of a valuable item for adding not that valuable of items. You know what I'm saying? Because I actually don't think it makes sense to loot composition of this mob now. Compared to what it was. And that's just comparatively. Like if I didn't know before and I came to hunt this mob, I'd be fine. But legitimately, when we look over stuff, I'm going to show you guys that the markup on the stuff we got is it's not in the same zone. And so that's really the issue at this point, is the markup shift is big. You know what I'm saying? The return-wise shift is probably not even there. It's just what you're getting, the composition of whatever kind of, you know, loot you get, it matters a huge amount. And so composition-wise, I feel that they shifted this mob incorrectly. Not a biggie. Still amazing mob for looting skills, you know what I'm saying? It's just like they need to add something of value onto this mob at this point because they took something of value off of it. And that's just my opinion. That's not they actually need to do it because I have the ability to tell them what they need to do. Ah, crap on us. Somehow we got stuck on the side of that. Let me do this. I'm just... On some of these steep slopes, if you land wrong sometimes, you end up trapped, which is absolutely obnoxious. It's a small glitch, but it is a glitch in it. It's an enemy glitch, to be honest. Oh, is something actually... Repeatedly jump in first person? Hold on, let me kill this guy. Oh, are we stuck in... Yeah, the soft stuck thing is the awkward thing. Okay. We're soft stuck well. So we're gonna be teleporting out of it. I hate soft stuck. Yeah, it's not doing anything. I've got out of it before by wiggling around though. Oh, crapple on me. Why did I do that? What was that? Sorry about that, guys. That thing is so handy. I'm gonna just tell you guys, if you don't have a teleportation ship, they absolutely are legendary helpful. Like, I'm constantly getting myself in bad situations. Teleport out of it. And so, I think it's an amazing item. Get ourselves shield. Okay. Just wait until that little commercial thing's over so we can look over this stuff, to be honest. I just glanced over and saw it. And then we're going to look at everything. Okay. So right here, we're going to just put on our little skateboard. Obviously went through a lot of codexing. We got a whole codex and part of another. I don't use that bridge because sometimes it doesn't work right for me. And I hit my head on that part. I don't like that. Just to be honest, it kind of bugs me when I hit my head on stuff. If you guys didn't know, these little shops over here, they're awesome. I actually wanted one really bad. Honestly, didn't have the kind of cash to be throwing down and buying one of these shops when they came out. But these shops, this is interesting. I want to give this guy a table for his shop. Who is this one? Who owns this now? Okay. That must have sold. Somebody else did own that actually, I thought. Oh yeah, this is the one with all the amps and stuff, or enhancements. Basically, overall, it's a great little shopping area. Sometimes it switches out. Um, in all honesty, the one that was a really Penny and them owned a shop here. I'm pretty sure they still do. There's Majors. Maybe Penny and them don't own a shop here anymore. I don't know. Guys, there's Geo's. I don't know. I'm not sure who owns shops there anymore. It used to be more of a, I knew exactly who owned shops there. I don't really anymore. Okay, so we're going to take the TT value of this stuff real quick. We only have 32 TT value. We also have about 28 in that. I know that we are floating around using about, 25 to 50 ped in ammo. I wouldn't honestly have a guess either direction on if we're up or down on that, to be honest, you guys. I would doubt that we're up, though, because the overall value of stuff, and I'll look at that with you guys in 1 second. The repair on our whole thing is a whole 10 ped, right? So, in all honesty, we lost max less than 20 ped for 2 hours or so. So $2 basically in gameplay, which is nothing. My issue, and we will write Shauna, by the way. I'll make sure to write her before we get off. Um, well, before I get off, not on stream. I don't like messaging people on some stream. Makes it feel weird for me for some reason. So the robot filters replacing out jagged teeth. This is a 101% markup thing. Jagged teeth, right? Which is what we should have been getting. And it's okay if they switched it out. Um, I'm sorry, jagged. Missed that. A jagged tooth. Oh, see, this is what I was talking about. 300 to about 600% depending. So right now they're floating in this 400 something to 500% markup. And that's not a comparable switch out in any capacity. It's just not the same thing. And so I'm going to ask her about the Sky Wraith. I'm going to ask her about the roulette wheel. I will even mention that they have switched out loot and that it isn't comparable because all of this stuff, every bit of this is normal markup crap. None of it has over a 105 markup. And for something to be took off that has, oh, see, that does. That's 200 some percent markup. So some of that does. But comparatively, you guys see that it's not anywhere near the same. I mean, like, to me, I think that they should readjust the mob, maybe have it to where, like, they, well, they should readjust the mob. That's just straight up. That's what I'm going to say about it. I'm going to find somebody playing Entropia real quick. Got somebody right here. Hold on 1 second. Um, I will make sure we get a hold of Shauna. I will find out. I'm hoping we get something back by next week. You would think so. I also hope you guys have an amazing day. I want to thank you for hanging out. Peace, very best wishes, and stay epic.